Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your attendance here for the press conference for Manchester Reloaded, which is Black Flash Promotions' first show on TalkSport, which is going to be streamed live on Friday evening from 7 p.m. And it's a big move for Black Flash. This, of course, promoted by promoter Pat Barrett. We're going to get into all the ins and outs. We're going to talk to our main event as well first, very shortly. Before we do that, there are some thanks that need to go out before we even start the press conference. Firstly, to Joe, Pat, and Farrow, who've worked behind the scenes to get this show, keep the show on the road, because there have been a few pullouts and everything, but the show is going on, which is brilliant. Eleanor from the media team, who's been doing a great job behind the scenes. Exago, which is the main glove partner for the Undercard. Cooney Installations, who always support every event. House of Gold Productions, who have come on and done a brilliant job with the production and will be helping with the production on Fight Night. Magna Projects, who are sponsoring the main event. Rival, who are our glove sponsor for the main event bout. And of course to Simon and all the team at Bowlers for, letting us get in here and do the press conference, and they're always very accommodating. So we're going to meet the main event contestants very shortly, but first, before I do that, let me speak to Pat Barrett. Pat, firstly, before we go on to talk about TalkSport and this link-up, yourself, Farrett, Joe, and everybody in the background have really worked hard to keep the show in together. It's not easy putting on these types of shows. There's often pull-outs and things, but you've soldiered on through to make sure everybody gets to fight on this card.
Yeah, you know what, it's hard, and it's sometimes it's up and down for some of the boxers as well, where it's not their fault and they're prepared. This show, obviously, it should have been a Valentine's Massacre. We've moved it back to this day, and even on this, moving it back to this day, it's been a struggle, but we've, got through the grind and we've kept it going, and yeah, I'm just happy to be doing it, and plus it's worked out better because we've got Mickey Ellis fighting Carl Davis for the Commonwealth Silver Belt title.
Yeah, which is a real good main event, which we'll talk about shortly. The whole thing as well, though, has been underpinned by this relationship with TalkSport, which is a new thing. So this is going to be live on TalkSport, 7 p.m. on Friday. It's the first show, the Black Flash Promotions debut show on TalkSport, which is a big moment for Black Flash because it's been going over 10 years now, Black Flash, giving opportunities to fighters for years. And it now gives a chance for you to give a wider exposure to the fighters as well. So you must be very proud of this moment and this show.
I'm absolutely ecstatic about that because, like I said, I've got my own George Colleen. Obviously, he's a Commonwealth Silver Belt Youth Champion himself. And now, obviously, we get to build him on this platform, and there's other fighters that are on this platform that we'll see. Young kids that are coming through that are absolutely sensational. So rather than me talking about it and trying to promote it myself, if people tune in and they watch it, they'll get to see we've got these kids today. So there's not much for me to say really, apart from I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we're all excited for it. Now, as you say, everything does happen for a reason because we've ended up with this good quality 8-fight card, which is coming your way on Friday evening, headlined by the two guys you see on the table right here, okay, Mickey Ellison and Kyle Davis. Now, this fight is going to be for the Commonwealth Silver title. Now, this fight, Pat, it's a really, really good fight, isn't it? Because Mickey has been in there with a lot of the top fighters. He's a veteran, so to speak. Kyle is as billed as the young up-and-coming fighter, so it's a real good clash, isn't it, of styles and experience.
Oh, listen, definitely Mickey won't be definitely not getting overlooked. The respect for him, obviously, it's massive. Obviously, with me and Joe, we've looked at it, and we know that this is a good test for Kyle if he's going to go places, and who more to test him more but Mickey. Like I says, he's been there. The people that have beat him have been very good contenders that have beaten him. So, it just goes. I know how good he is and how good he can be. So.
Well, let's bring Mickey in then, shall we? Mickey, so you're the challenger. You're used to that, though. You've had an underdog. You've been in fights with being the underdog before, but you're the challenger coming in here to Manchester, even though it's a bit closer to you actually now.
Yeah.
But when you look across to this guy, I know you've done your face-off. It was very civil, very cordial. Is that because you respect him as a fighter?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, we've both shared plenty of rounds sparring in the gym, but on fight night, that all goes out the window, and that belt's going on with me.
I saw the face-off you did it again. There's clearly respect between you both, but you did mention the sparring. You've both done the rounds.
Yeah.
There must be things that are going in there where you're thinking, I'm going to exploit that on fight night.
Yeah, but it was a while ago, and we've not sparred for a bit of time, so he'll have improved, and surely I will as well. Even though I've had a few losses, but that don't matter coming into this. I'm always the underdog, and I'm always picked to be beat. And like Pat just said, you've got to be very good to beat me. And if I'm at my best on fight night, which I believe I will be this week, then yeah, he'll have a job on his hands.
I mean, a win here would reignite your career. I mean, I know you've had defeats, but virtually all of them are against unbeaten kids, really, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much, and no excuses. I've not had a lot of notice for some of them, which full credit to Kyle. I do have, I've had full notice for this, so there's no excuses there. But yeah, anyone who tends to beat me does always go on to do good things. So yeah, I'm in his way basically.
Kyle, he's in your way, and he said he's taking your belt home with you as well on Friday. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, no, well, that's, as a fight you got to, back yourself, and I've always backed myself, and this is why these belts are in front of me, I think this is the perfect fight. I've asked for a step up. I know what Mickey brings, we shared rounds, and I'm well prepared for it, and I'm going to prove to people, why people are saying I'm up and coming. They're going to see a good performance Friday, and yeah, it's coming back to Stoke.
So it's going back to Darwin, it's going back to Stoke. Well, it's going to go one of the ways, isn't it, on the night? But you've mentioned in your face-off that you did that you're preparing for a 10-round fight. Was that a bit of kidology though? Are you looking to make a statement? Is that what? Because you've got seven stoppages, 13 fights. You've got a good
yeah,
knockout.
But I can make a statement through the 10 rounds. Like it doesn't have to. People think that it's got to always be the stoppage. I can look good through all 10 rounds, and that's what I prepared for. And if it comes earlier, then that's great. I'll go home early, but I'm ready for anything. And yeah, you'll see that on the night.
This, like I said to Mickey just then, this could reignite his career. Win over yourself, unbeaten fighter who's been much touted and talked about. So he's probably going to have even more fire in his belly for this one. Yeah,
definitely. Like I said, we give him notice. There's no excuses. We're not trying to, give everyone the short end of the stick. We give him notice, and there's a title on the line. Like I said, to reignite his career. So he's going to be giving it everything he's got, and it's my job to stay on my path and overcome him.
Obviously, your last fight with Aaron Bird, it was a bit of, I'm going to say, intense beef. There was a little bit of beef with him. There doesn't seem to be much with Mickey, but on the night, I know that how the mind games work. You're all civil, but then as soon as the bell goes, that all goes out the window, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, I'm a different person in the ring. I'm nice outside, but it's me or you, and it's always going to be me. So yeah, there's going to be no niceness come fight night, but that's just the way it is, and that's just the business.
Mickey, you've fought some of the best out there. You've never ducked a challenge.
No.
I mean, every time I see you fighting, it's like, wow, he's fighting him. You're always fighting someone good. Where does Kyle rate in that? I know you've not fought him yet, but just on paper, where do you think he rates in terms of your level of opposition?
Well, we'll find out, won't we, on Friday night? But ever since I first met him, I rated him. So I'm not an idiot that is going to overlook him myself. I do rate him, but that brings the best out of me as well.
What would you say what you've learned over your experience being in there with such high caliber opposition?
Well, I don't really know how to put that one, but just because I've lost against these people don't mean that I've learned in all these fights and took things away from it. And styles make fights, and they've not been right for me at the time. Where I believe this was the style of Kyle, and this fight at this time, after all those, I didn't have much of an amateur career boxing anyway, so I've always learned on the job. And it's not turned me away from it, going and fighting these other people and getting beat. For me, it's still been learning and improving, and hopefully this is the right fight for me to show that.
Where do you rate Mickey then, in terms of your opponents?
Right, I rate every opponent as the best I've fought, but he is the best I've fought up to now. I know obviously I've had a couple of people with, you can say better records, winning records, but they were beating, you know, coming off junior, and Mickey's had proper tests, he's beat good fighters, you know, he's been there and done it. So yeah, Mickey is the best that I've fought up to now, and that's why I've really put it in the training camp and took it, you know, ultra serious. Not that I don't every time, but I know this is a real step up, and I had to be on my A game, and I will be.
Yeah, he has beaten unbeaten fighters before as well.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, you can hope to do it again Friday, but like I said, you know, he thinks he's self the underdog. I always put myself as the underdog every fight, so I train like it. So I won't be surprised on the night when it gets hard, because I'm well expecting it to.
What's your ambitions left in the game, Mickey? Like,
To be honest, just to keep beating or trying to beat unbeaten fighters. Yeah. Like, put a dint in their record and be remembered as someone who'll fight anyone, anytime, any place, and, you know, get a few good wins here and there. But the odd title along the way would be nice as well.
yeah, and this title on the line as well, Commonwealth Silver. It's a good starting point to rejig things. But I mean, look, there's no point trying to start any stir the pot too much, because you're obviously. I've tried, Pat. They're obviously, you got a lot of respect. It's nice though, isn't it? You know each other, you spar with each other, you're both good, honest fighters. But have you got a message for him? He's right there. Have you got a message for him, Kyle? You can look at him as well if you want.
Nah, just good luck fight night. You know, I'm ready for it.
That's very nice of you, Mickey. Have you got a message?
Yeah, all the best, Kyle, and see you on fight night. But firstly as well, I want to just say thanks to Pat and Joe for having us on. It's a good opportunity for myself, and yeah, it's going to be a cracking fight, so tune in.
Pat, this really is going to be a cracking fight, because you know, you've got two fan-friendly fighters for a start. They both got something to prove with their own different motives and ambitions.
You know what makes it a good fight? The fact is, they've got two guys here, right, that respect each other, because they know that on that night, each other is going to give 150%. And that's the fact. It's not about no gassing, chatting, whatever. Do you know what I mean? The fighting is going to be done in the ring. The respect is shown here, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So this is our main event of the evening for Friday evening. It's going to be live and exclusive on TalkSport Boxing. Black Flash Promotions maiden show on TalkSport Boxing. And you've got Kyle Davis, who is actually the current IBO European champion as well, but the Commonwealth silver title will be on the line against the challenger, Mickey Ellison. And you've got two top guys, and you need to tune in to watch this. You need to support fights like this. It's going to be a lot of people tuning in, and I don't think this can fail to deliver as a fight, really, to be honest. Now, I believe there's going to be a face-off at the front as well. So do you want to get your belts on? And yeah, we'll do a little face-off at the front. Evening on Friday evening, 10 rounds sanctioned and scheduled for the Commonwealth Silver Light Heavyweight title between Mickey Ellison, the challenger from Darwin, and Kyle Davies from Stoke-on-Trent. Thank you, gents. And just before anyone does leave, if they were thinking of leaving now, make sure you've registered your vehicle So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our new boy band, Wrong Direction. No, not really. This is actually the undercard for this big show coming your way on Friday evening to TalkSport live from 7 p.m. It's Black Flash Promotions' maiden show on TalkSport Boxing. It's going to be a big night of boxing in Manchester at Bowlers. What could go wrong? It's going to be brilliant. So this is the undercard. As you can see, lots of very, very talented fighters here. Really talented. And each one's got their own story. And, you know, if you've been following Black Flash Promotions, you'll have seen quite a lot of them already building up. And also on other platforms as well, building up their reputations and their resumes. And we're going to start to speak to a few of them. So let's start off. Shall we start off with someone who's making his debut? So Kane Martin, right on the left. So Kane, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Professional debut, that's always the most exciting sort of moment for a boxer. So how are you feeling, you know, about the excitement levels going into this?
Yeah. I'm excited. You know, can't wait to get going. Obviously, it's meant to happen. I was on the Valentine's card. That's been pushed back. So hopefully, training well. Looking forward to Friday night.
Yeah, and it appears that you're getting hard to match because people are, you know, swerving you a little bit already. So what do they know about you that we don't know?
Listen, when you're 6'2" in welterweight, like already it comes with its own problems. But listen, and a lot of people won't know about me right now. But come Friday night, you all definitely will be.
Well, tell us a little bit about you then, because all I know about you so far is you train with Humphrey, Harrison, and Matt. And obviously they're a great team. So you're training over in Salford, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oliver's gym. Yeah.
I mean, I've known Humphrey for years and years, so I know you're going to be good anyway. So just tell us a bit about how you sort of fit in with the camp there and how that's going.
Yeah. So I transitioned. I've been at the Oliver's gym from about 2017 now. Obviously, I was about 25 about amateur. You know, because I come into the game late. You know, I didn't start till 19. So I was always playing catch up. I felt like it was good in the amateurs because my first bout was all I had was seniors. So you know, it's basically thrown in the deep end straight away. The last year, I've been in the mornings with, you know, Humphrey, Thomas. You know, training with Mo. You know, so yeah, it's been good. Been pushing, training hard twice a day. Ready for the debut.
Well, Tom likes to, you know, when it comes to the conditioning and stuff, is really keeps on top of you as well, doesn't he? So you're obviously coming into this fit and ready, aren't you? Basically.
Yeah, of course. You know, I've been ready for you know, since the start of the year. You know, we're ready. The conditioning is it's no joke. But yeah, come fight night, we'll definitely be looking to put on a performance.
Okay, so 6'2" welterweight. What's your style like then? Are you a bit of a? Are you a mover? Are you a bit more like Hitman Hearns? What are you like?
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. That's it. I always say to the older generation, I'd say it's like a Hitman Hearns. To the new generation, it's like you know, like a Hamza Shiraz. Okay. You know, it's like a big for the weight, 6'2" welterweight. I'm also a left-handed orthodox. So it kind of throws people a bit already, you know, strong lead hand and that. But
Miguel Cotto was like that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, just looking to Friday night showcase my skills.
Fantastic. Well, look, I mean, I'm looking forward to watching you box. Great to meet you, and we're looking forward to seeing you box and making your professional debut. So we'll be speaking to you again, I'm sure, soon.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, you think it's going to go straight down? It's not actually. I'm just going to mix up the order a little bit, and I'm going to throw straight to Kieran. So, Kieran, the Machine McDade is here. It's going to be your fourth bout on Friday, and you're in there with a good opponent, Artem Sparta. In terms of, he's got more wins than you've got 5 wins, 1 draw. He's got a knockout win, 27 contests. He's quite experienced. It's a good learning fight, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen a bit on him. He seems a decent lad, but I've got skills to beat him.
I thought you were going to say to pay the bills then. No. Skills to pay the bill. So yeah, you've got the skills to beat him. Obviously, you're training in Champs Camp. It's a well-renowned gym. You've had a few camps there now. You've had a few. You've got to become part of the fabric, let's say. And how has that been around all those quality fighters there?
It's been mint. Every fight I feel like I've learned. I've gained experience and learnt off other people in the gym. I feel like I've just been making improvements since I've gone there.
And the way you've been matched as well, you've been matched, obviously, as we call them, journeymen, but they're really good quality ones, and you've had good quality progression fights, haven't you?
Yeah, every fight. obviously, yeah, the journeyman at the start, but every fight's been a good journeyman, so I'm happy about it.
And what's it like after the fight? Do you go back and sort of like sit with Joe and analyse the fight? Did you do that? Are you quite analytical with that sort of stuff?
Yeah, we go through the good parts of the fight and what I did wrong in the fight, and we always work on what I need to from the fight, and he just helps me improve. And Maka and Marcus help me improve. Obviously, the other two coaches and all the other lads in the gym always giving me pointers, so always improving there.
Well, yeah, you and Macaulay are like a little bit of a double team, aren't you, really?
Yeah, he's within show.
Withenshaw Massive. Now, is the Withenshaw Massive going to be there on Friday night?
Yeah, definitely.
Because they always are. Like, Withenshaw really does come out to support the boxers. You're in Manchester, and you always have a lot of people coming to support you. Do you enjoy that? Does it sort of bring a bit of extra dynamic to whenever you're boxing here at Bowlers?
Yeah, definitely. They're always dead loud as well, screaming as loud as they can. But I love it, yeah.
He loves it. There you go. Well, look, this is what you need to do. Tune in on Friday night to watch the young up-and-coming fighters like Kieran McDade, local lad. You know, he started his boxing not very far from Bowlers, really. He's a Manchester lad. And you need to tune in to watch the up-and-coming prospects, especially now that they're on TalkSport, because, you know, it's opening the audience up, and it's a big move, isn't it, being on TalkSport? A lot more people can see you.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So, Kieran, good to speak to you, mate. Let's speak to Alex. All right, mate. Yeah, the villain, Alex the Villain McMillan. And I did want to ask you where you got that nickname from. Don't just say because it rhymes.
No, well, because it rhymes, it sounds good. But also, like, in the ring, I'm a villain. You know what I mean? I want to do damage to my opponent and I want to knock him out, to be honest with you. Like, even on Friday, expect excitement because if I can get him out of there, I will do. As you'll know yourself, we don't get paid for overtime as a boxer. So if I can get him out of there, I will do.
All right, I'd like to hear it. So you 2 wins, no defeats. And you have a stoppage as well. So, you know, you've got that early stoppage under your belt as well.
Yeah, that was in my debut, actually. Obviously, with who I boxed, Conor Golding, he was 5-5. So he was, my team are matchmaking me the right way in the sense of they're going to put me against people who are going to come to fight. And when they do come to fight, that's when I'm going to knock people out. And like I did with Conor Golding, if I hit him with one more clean shot, he would have been rendered unconscious. So.
I've got to say, your pro debut against Conor Golding says a lot because a lot of people wouldn't take that type of fight for the first fight. I've also seen Conor give people bigger than you in high weight classes a lot, give them hell, actually. So a real good, eye-opening pro debut, that.
Yeah, 100%, and it's what I'm going to keep doing going forward. When people come to fight or people are going to come and have a go, that's what I'm going to do to them. I'm going to show my class in the ring and show why I'm one of the best prospects in the country. And
glad you came.
That's my girlfriend there.
Yeah, good. What's your girlfriend's name?
Pemelina.
Pemelina?
Yeah.
Pemelina, shout out to Pemelina over there. So are you from Morecambe, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
There's a lot of good fighters coming out of Morecambe at the minute. A lot of good fighters.
There is, mate, yeah. And Morecambe's booming at the moment, so it's a good place to be for boxing at the moment. So you've got me on Friday, and you've also got Nelson Birchall boxing for the English title as well. So, you know, Morecambe's going to be booming soon. We want to bring big nights back to Morecambe, but also on Friday night you'll hear Morecambe there because the loudest in the room always, and you'll see that.
They're going to be louder than the Withenshaw Massive.
Honestly, I think they'll put them to the test.
Anything to say about that?
Doubtful.
I thought he was going to say no comment.
Doubtful.
I want to ask you about the sparring club, because this sparring club is a great idea. So people come and watch you spar. Tell us about this.
Well, it was great, yeah. Obviously, leading up to the Eubank Ben 2 fight, I was actually Chris's sparring partner, his main sparring partner. So it was a great experience doing that. And obviously, on the back of that, I got into the Box Raw Sparring Club, which it was a great experience for me just before my debut. Just obviously get me used to like the cameras, the fans, even just the night itself. So you know, it was a great experience. And I also sparred Lucas Ballingle, who was he was very, very experienced professional. So he's just retired recently, but I don't know if I retired him. No, I'm only joking, but
don't clickbait that.
Yeah, but it was a great experience, and you know, it was just a mad experience at the same time as well.
So you've had that sparring experience with Chris Eubank Jr. That's obviously goes a long way because he's phenomenally fit. You know, he's been there and done it. So that must give you confidence going in there with anyone, really.
Yeah, it gives me all the confidence in the world, and just obviously the rounds that I got with Chris. what I was actually doing in there against a 160 pounder. You know, it's a testament to my own talent really, and just being in the camp as well, watching Bomac at work and stuff like that. It gives me way more confidence in my own team. Watching Bomac and how they work, I can add little things from what they do, and Chris himself, and also just know that my team is, I think it's the best. I think we've got the best team behind me, and we're going all the way.
Fantastic. Well, look, pleasure to speak to you. And again, this is why you need to tune in on Friday night, because you've got some really interesting young up-and-coming fighters here. We've got all different styles. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great night of boxing, so tune in from the beginning as well. Every fight is going to be on the live stream, okay? Every single fight. So great to speak to you. And
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
let's talk to Owen. Owen, how are you? Owen, the body snatcher, Anderton. And I've announced you before in some of your fights, and you boxed at, I think the last time I MC'd you was at Bolton, I believe. Yeah. Reebok, yeah. So you call body snatcher for a reason. Those body shots get flying in, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. I try my best. I've not had a few stoppages, but I've been looking for it a bit too much. But I've calmed down now. I'm a bit more experienced, a bit more mature in the way I go about it. And yeah, I'm just ready.
But you're another one who has proved, just like a lot of the fighters on here, that you're willing to fight anyone. You fought Jake Goodwin quite early in your career, didn't you?
Yeah.
In a 6-rounder. It was a great fight.
Yeah, well, he proved where he was at the weekend, but obviously me and my team know everything in the lead up to that. I weren't giving it how I should have been. I wasn't 100% professional, but we live and we learn, and it'll never happen again.
Just to clarify, that wasn't a loss, so that was a draw. Your 7 wins, no losses, 1 draw, so you're still unbeaten.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's something you'd like to do again down the line, wouldn't it, with Jake?
Yeah, definitely. It makes sense. I think he's boxing at middle. I'm at light middle at the minute, but yeah, more than welcome to.
Yeah, I mean, also you fought Kristaps Zolgis early in your career as well.
Yeah.
And Kristaps, again, he's one of those where if you're not on your game, he will turn you over.
Yeah. It's I think I've been boxed match good, really. Jordan Granham is another tough one.
Yeah.
No slouches, really. So it's all just getting me better each fight.
Yeah, tell us about your gym as well, because again, it's a gym which has gone under the radar, but I don't think it will be going under the radar any longer.
Yeah, definitely. Like Kai's fighting. There's a few others in the gym who's also signed with Pat, and yeah, it's looking good. The future's looking bright.
All right, so you've signed with Black Flash now?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's good. That's great. So
yeah, so my first fight with Black Flash this fight, so I'm looking to make a statement and look good and show what I'm about.
yeah, fantastic. I mean, you're like I say, you're in there with someone who's experienced on Friday. He's had 40-odd contests as Vedas. Again, not. You know, it's the sort of person where you've got to be on your A game.
Yeah, they're all tough, and on any given day, if they think they can beat you, they'll turn it up and they will beat you. So I have to be on it, and which I will be.
So working with Lee as well as an ex-fighter, he's he's knows his boxing inside and out, doesn't he? So I'm sure that's a great environment to learn in.
Yeah, definitely, and I know in Lee's hands I'm more than prepared and more than ready, so I don't need to worry about that side. Just focus on my fighting and turning up on the night.
Fantastic. Well, another unbeaten boxer, young up-and-coming boxer. 8 contests, no losses, and he's Owen the Body Snatcher Anderton, and he's going to be part of this great undercard on Friday, so make sure you tune in to watch him. Appreciate speaking to you, mate. Anything you want to say on a final?
No, I just can't wait for Friday, and everyone tune in. Great main event, good undercard, top night.
Going to be a top night. Well said. Thank you very much, mate. Let me speak to Abdul Khan next. Just grab that mic there, Abdul, right? So, do you remember where the last time I saw you was?
Yeah, Pakistan.
No. You were sparring Kell Brook.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So, the last time I saw you were sparring Kell Brook in Ricky Hatton's gym. That was a bit of a random one, wasn't it?
I know, man. Didn't expect that one coming, but learnt a lot in that spar, didn't I? So
I think you dropped him at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, so hopefully I can do that on Friday.
So, yeah, basically, Kell Brook was in the ring doing his warm-up for this exhibition bout, and somebody shouted out, that's Amir Khan's cousin, so obviously Kell Brook got Abdul into do some sparring. But it was a good, fun moment, wasn't it? But, your own career, it's going really well. You're 13-0, 3 wins by knockout, so you're another unbeaten fighter. You haven't fought for a while, though, so this is about time you got back in the ring, isn't it, really? So we're looking forward to just getting back in there and getting the momentum going again.
Yeah, that's just like you said, not fought for a while. So, I want to say thanks to Pat Barrett, Black Flash for giving me this opportunity to get back in the ring again and show what I've been working in the gym for the past year. So, I'm really excited.
Yeah, you're in there with someone who has had 3 wins. Now, the interesting thing is, all of his wins have been by knockout. So he has caught a couple of prospects with big shots and stopped them. So again, it's something. I know obviously you're a very professional boxer, and we're not expecting that to happen, obviously. But he is quite an interesting opponent in that sense, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I just got to be on my A game and stay switched on. I can't switch off for any second in this fight. Yeah. Or it can turn up wrong in it. So.
Well, tell us about your career. Again, you're another fighter who's not been matched easy. And you've stepped in there, like when you stepped in with John Edo, everyone said on paper, that's a really good fight. Because everyone from Liverpool knows Edo. He's really good. He's around the gym sparring. He's a great fighter, strong lad. But you took that fight on early in your career.
Yeah, and 2 weights above what I am. So, I'll be fighting at super bantamweight after this fight. That was at super featherweight. You learn about your body. Alex, he told me to do he told me to do like a test on my body to see like how low I can get. And, I was actually at the wrong weight class. But you live and you learn. And my body's kind of changed as well. I got rid of a lot of muscle. I was kind of muscle bound too. And I think all these little things that they're going to show on Friday, like a new version of me. So, inshallah, I'm looking forward to it. And I think everyone should tune in. It's a very good card, good main event. Mickey's my teammate. He's been working hard and he's a good fighter. Kyle's a good fighter. So, I can't wait. And I want to say thank you to Black Flash for having me.
There you go. I mean, you've just mentioned the main event. So Mickey's been looking good, has he?
Oh, yeah. He's been in the gym for a long time, since his last fight. So, it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited, to be honest.
No, really good. It's a pleasure having Mickey on against Kyle in the main event. And it's a pleasure having all of you guys on. It's a pleasure having yourself on as well. Like I say, this is the great thing about this card. You've got people just starting out their career. You've got people who are further down the line. I mean, I'm sure you're looking now at 13-0 and, God willing, 14-0 on Friday to go into title fights now. Yeah,
definitely, inshallah. I want to, carry that momentum on that, I kind of left off last time. So I think it's just about time now. So, inshallah, let's see. God's the best of planners, and I've got faith in that.
Have you got now? You said there's been a bit of time since you've been boxing. Now you're here. Is there plans for what are the plans for the next sort of 6 months? Keeping active. Have you got
activity, yeah, 100%. It's all about activity. As a fighter, you must stay active. When you sat on the shelf and stuff, you can kind of get out of date a little bit. So I want to stay sharp, inshallah, and move on to bigger and better things. Fight for titles. That's what we're all in the game for. Every single one of us on this table. We want to push on for bigger and better things. So we just take each step as it comes and stay in the gym, stay ready, and then just wait for that phone call.
Fantastic. Well, good to speak to you.
Yeah, thank you. You
Very
too.
nice to speak to you, and see you Friday.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go, Abdul Khan. Another prospect on the card, a little bit further down in his career, looking to push on after Friday for title fights. But again, it's about getting back in the ring. He's had a bit of time out, and he's back in action thanks to Black Flash Promotions on Friday evening. Let's talk to George. George Killer Killeen. He's right here. So George, again, go on, Dave. Who let Dave in? Right. So George, I've been at every single one of your fights. The progression continues. We're back again.
Yeah.
It's the things that go on behind the scenes and how hard Pat and the team work to put fights on. And you're getting out on Friday.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a frustrating. I think it's 7 months since I last boxed, but that's life. That's boxing, and looking to get the ball back rolling on Friday night.
The one thing is you got age on your side, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like most of you on here, young youth. There will be knockbacks. What have you learned from the knockbacks though? Because you stay in the gym, don't you? And you stay dedicated.
Yeah. So boxed end of August. I've been in the gym since September. Just been on it. So obviously you're not 100% all the time. So after my fight got postponed, take a little few days, reset, go again. But it's been getting to that point where it's like the last few weeks of training, it's like you just want to fight. You know what I mean? Because I've been ready, I've been fit. So you just want to get back in the ring and get active again.
You had your acid test night, as they call it, as well, like your step up where you fought for the Commonwealth Silver Youth title. That's right, wasn't it? Yeah, in Middleton Arena against unbeaten fighter from Scotland.
Yeah.
Again, good fight, really good fight. But you just had that bit more quality, didn't you, going down the stretch, and proved to be a great night for you.
Yeah, it was a top night. Picked up my first title, and then obviously had a bit of time out the ring now, but just looking to get back. I've got a tough opponent on Friday, bit of a run out, then back to defend that belt, and then push on for bigger things this year.
Yeah, it's a bit of a run out, but he is experienced. 22 fights. He is a tough guy. His record's going to be what his record is, but he is actually tough. He's Mexican for a start. We know what they bring to the table. If they feel like it on the night, they can turn people over. You know, we're not expecting that to happen, obviously, but you've got to, again, like I said to Abdul earlier, you've got to switch on, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. And well, I originally had a different opponent from the last fight, and then Joe and Pat put this guy to me. I said, I'll box anyone. Just need to get fighting. You know what I mean? And then I didn't watch too much of him. Then I watched a video of him.
He's quite tough.
And I thought, he's all right. He had a decent fighter, pretty much out on his feet.
Yeah.
He survived it in the last round, but that's not going to happen to me. I'm going to be sharp. I'm going to be switched on, and I'm not taking him lightly.
Don't wind him up too much at the weigh-in.
Yeah, hopefully not. But it's easy to look at people's records and people think, what are you fighting him for? But listen, it's let's focus on the end game. You know what I mean? We know where we're going to get to. This is a run out, but I'm switched on for it, and I'm not looking past it.
But also bear in mind is you have come off the back of a fight, a 50-50 on paper as well.
Yeah, of course.
So you just mentioned there you want to come back and defend your belt. So that's the plan, is it, for the next outing?
Yeah, get back. This is a 6-rounder. Probably have an 8-rounder, defend my belt, whatever's next and that. Then push on for maybe a central area or something at the end of the year.
You're 12-0 now. Again, similar sort of position that I was just saying to Abdul there, 13-0, 12-0. That's the time when people start saying to you, you know, what's the next? Come on, what's next? That's it. Are you getting that yet, or are you just?
Yeah, of course. And to be honest, I'm getting it off myself. It's like you want to push on yourself. I know what I'm in boxing for, and I'm in boxing for the bigger nights and the bigger fights and the title fights and the 50-50s and that. That's what I want. So it'll come this year.
Yeah. What we're going to see from you on Friday?
Looking to put on a statement, to be honest. Yeah. Everyone knows I can box. Everyone knows I've got a good jab and this and that. But it's about making statements now on TalkSport. I know how hard Pat's worked to get this opportunity for us, for everyone on this show. Like we should be grateful as we talk about the big shows, and of course we want to be on the big shows, and that's in no disrespect to where we're at now. But this is a pretty big platform, TalkSport. TalkSport are huge, and TalkSport boxing are huge as well. I watch it every week on YouTube and that, and then it's a big opportunity for us. So this is where we want to be putting in statements, and that's where people are going to be talking about us after Friday night.
Yeah, can't stress how pleased Black Flash Promotions is to be partnered with TalkSport for this show, because, like George says, it's massive.
Yep.
You know, you're all going to get a chance to be in front of a lot of eyes because the numbers are always big on TalkSport. So, George, great to speak to you. Anything you want to say finally?
Just thank you to Pat for putting the time and effort into me every day. Joe and Farah and Ellen are the whole team, and my family, friends, sponsors back in my career. Looking to get back to it on Friday night, back active.
All right, good to speak to you, George.
Cheers, mate.
See you Friday night. You want to do a little cheer, Dave?
Nice one, Gio. Let's have it, lad.
Last but not least, co-main event on Friday evening. This is a really good fight, this. It's, by the way, this is Kai Dorber. He is from Wigan, boxing out of Lee Blundell's gym. Same gym as his... yeah, it's the same gym. You both in the same gym. Yeah. As Owen. So, 7 wins, no defeats, coming off two really good performances as well. So, you're in there against Ross Finewine McGuigan.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. He's been in with some top lads. Like I say, he's been in with Vidal Riley. I think he did stop him, but Vidal's obviously the British champion at the moment. And all of his losses are to good lads. I think he got a draw in his last one against a 10-0 kid. So he's obviously got some bits about him.
Well, I emceed his fight against Nathan Corliss in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And it was a good fight.
Yeah.
He really, it was touch and go.
Yeah,
Good.
he comes for it, doesn't he? So, which is good, which is what you want, really. I feel I'm at my best when people try and put me under pressure. So I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
You're own self. You're again, it shows you're willing to get in there, like everyone on here, willing to get in there with good opponents. It's great. It's great to see that. But what was it about this fight when it was put to you that thought, yeah, you know what, I'll have a bit of that?
You know, it's more just, for me this year, it's about activity. I just want to be out as many times as I can. Like I said, they got me out 4 weeks ago, so it's a quick turnaround. And I'm hoping to keep doing the same all the way through the year. I just need to get the experience under my belt and hopefully for a big year next year.
Yeah, now he is a bit more experienced than you. 14 contests, like I say, he's got the 7 wins. He's only lost against good kids, really good kids. He is a former Southern Area champion as well.
I know.
So he has had that taste of it, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I've spoken to him before. He does want to get back to that level. So he's not coming to. He never comes to make up the numbers.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Because if you watch all of his fights, he's always in there trying to win. And like you said, he's only lost to better opponents than himself. So he's like I say, he's not coming in there just to tuck up and lose.
Your performance has been getting better and better each time. I was there at the one at Bolton. Where you won by stoppage. Really good stoppage, that.
Yeah.
Really good performance. You look pretty pleased afterwards as well with it, because I know you've been wanting to get that stoppage.
Yeah,
not that it's that important, but
it was one of them. It was, like you said, it's not a be all and end all, but everyone likes to get stoppages, and as a cruiserweight, you obviously stoppages are part of the game. And I hadn't had one yet, so obviously when I finally got my first stoppage, it was good. But yeah, straight again, next fight out, it's second round again. So I feel like I'm becoming more like a natural cruiserweight now. I'm starting to really become powerful, so it's looking good.
I think the first time I met you was in, I'm sure it was in Joe Gallagher's gym. When you were sparring.
Yeah.
Were you sparring? Who were you sparring? Was it Jack Massey?
Yeah, it was with Jack. Yeah.
So you have actually done, you know, you've done that, the sparring club we were talking about earlier. But you've done it sort of like without it being televised. But you've been in there with the big boys, haven't you? Sparring?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's where a lot of my experience has come from. I've done, I can't even remember how many rounds I've done with Jack, who's obviously a top operator. I think he's top 3 in the UK. Obviously former European champion himself. So very good level boxer. And yeah, like I said, I've done so many rounds with him. I've learned so much from Jack. But yeah. Big
platform, TalkSport. So a statement here from any of you, you know, could be big. So is that in the back of your mind?
Yeah, of course. It's always in the back of your mind. You always want to go out there and put a good show on for everyone, especially the people buying tickets. But when it's on a show like TalkSport, you kind of want to even more so than you already do, because obviously you want to get your name out there. Like everyone's already said, I'll echo it. Everyone's in this game for titles and to get themselves out there. So this is a big chance for us all to do that.
Brilliant. Well, that's your co-main event of the evening. Anything you want to say on a final note?
Yeah, just like I say, thank you to Pat and the team for putting this on. A big thank you to all the sponsors on the T-shirt here. Couldn't do this without them. And everyone tune in Friday night. It's going to be a good night.
Tune in Friday night. That's your co-main event. Kai Dorber's going to be facing off against Ross Finewine McGuigan in a really good cruiserweight bout over 6 rounds. Both have the same amount of wins. Ross McGuigan, a former Southern Area champion as well. And Kai Dorber on his way up. So is there anything anyone wants to say on a final note that I've missed out that they really want to get off the chest? Anybody?
Yeah,
go on then.
Just want to say tune in, because the Villain's going to make a big statement on Friday night. Mark my words. Knockout coming. I'm going to... come on, Villain, because one thing for sure is I'm going to come in and I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to be explosive from the get-go, and that's what you're going to expect with the Villain. Every time that you see me in the ring, that's what's going to happen. So tune in. Big respect to everybody that's on this table now. These are all going to make statements in your own right, but the Villain's coming. So tune in.
There you go. The Villain's coming. Everyone on this table is coming Friday night. This is your undercard. It's a really good show. 8 top-quality fights. You've got pro debuts. You've got young prospects just starting out in their career. You've got more experienced guys. You've got a really good co-main event, a really good main event. What can we say? Black Flash Promotions is back with a bang. Manchester Reloaded, 7 p.m. from live TalkSport Boxing. Brilliant. Let's see you there. That's it. All right. All the best, guys.